Hey, today we're going to be talking about how to do Zulrah with magic only. It's probably one of the easiest and simple ways to do Zulrah, also the safest, as you won't be fighting the turquoise phase at all. You can see, I crossed it out. Uh, we will be hiding from it instead. But let's get into what we're going to be wearing and what the inventory setup's going to look like. If you're not high 95, 99 prayer, I suggest to bring a prayer potion just to be on the safe side, as sometimes your character just does not want to hit, and you might run out of prayer by the end of the fight. Um, Also, to save money even farther, might consider bringing a holy wrench. Uh, if not, that's fine. You can replace that with monkfish. If you are above 95, 99 prayer, I would change these out for monkfish instead. We will not be needing the prayer potion or the holy wrench. Um, so, if you're 99 prayer, remove these, replace with monkfish. The setup goes as you'll need the serpentine helm to protect against the venom. Um, God cape, decent. Mostly the max setup you can have there. Cult necklace for the percentage of magic damage. An ancient blessing to give the +1 prayer. I used this one because it is one of the cheapest. It's like 5k. And you want to have a Draymond staff unless you have one of the diaries. I forgot which one, but it requires you to use a fairy ring, which is how we'll be getting to Zulrah in this guide. Um, if you do have that achievement diary done, then you will not even need this, as you can use the fairy rings without the Draymond staff. This will probably be Mystic for you guys until you start making enough money. This is actually the same uh, stats as Mystic. I just think it looks better. Fashionscape. I got the internal boots. Those can be Mystic or Wizard, whichever for you guys. Infinity, they're fine as well. Barrow's gloves, best in slot for that, unless you get a tormented bracelet, which are about 15, 16 mil, and that gives magic percent damage as well. These will be Ring of Recoils. If you do not have one of these, they're about 14 or 15 mil. You can fill them up with Ring of Recoils, and it saves the charges for the recoil. So if you do not have this, I suggest replacing one of these monkfish with a ring of recoil, as well as having one on you at all times, and then maybe check the how many charges it has left at the end of the fight. As for a shield, arcane shield at the moment is the best. I have a malediction ward. You can also use like a god book, a holy book or unholy book, whatever. Also, a tome of fire also works great. Um, and the only thing I like the malediction ward is it gives a magic attack bonus as well as a defense bonus, but you won't really be needing a defense bonus in this guide. Okay, now how to get to Zulrah. The way I'll be covering is through the fairy rings. Uh, Probably one of the easiest ways if you do not have 85 construction and have the garden in your player-owned house, where you can use the fairy ring and the pool of rejuvenation, which I do because I have 85 construction. The easiest way would be to have an Edgeville teleport. So you would teleport to your house, click your Amulet of Glory on your wall, and teleport straight to Edgeville. Bank here, equip your Draymond staff, and head over to this area right here, right across this bridge. There's a fairy ring right there. You would right click that and type in BJS, and that would take you straight to Zulrah. So onward how I do it here with 85 construction. After every time of beating Zulrah, I will teleport to my house, drink out of this, my rejuvenation pool here. This is the highest one at 85. It refills everything, even special attack. So you can bring a special attack weapon. Probably one of the best weapons I found would be a dark bow, but I'm too lazy, so I don't even bring one. But yeah, then you would right click the ring and teleport to Zulrah, which is BJS. Okay, now that you're here, you just equip a your staff and head to Zulrah over here. Now, as I said before, if you have 99 prayer, you do not need to bring a prayer potion or the holy wrench. I just brought it this time just to show you how easy it would be with a person with 99 prayer to do it even easier. Okay, now every time that you die, I mean you are going to die ever so often. Bad luck, you run out of charges. You might try to chance a turn and run out of food. You're gonna have to collect everything from her. If you die, let's say you die here and then you die on your way back to Zulrah, well, you're out of luck because your stuff's gonna be gone. You can't die and then go back in and then die without collecting your stuff, or it's gonna disappear. Same thing if you die at Zulrah, she has your stuff, and you die on your way back, it's gone. So you always have to make sure that you right click, collect, make sure she doesn't have anything for you to collect, and then proceed. I always like to just make sure, just in case I don't have a stupid moment. Everyone does. So to proceed here, make sure everything's good. Your inventory set up right. You want to drink your magic potion and head right in once you have your staff equipped. Okay, the first thing is whenever you get into Zulrah, she doesn't attack you at first. After a lot of times she does, but I just wanted to show you this little area up here on your mini map. I'll click to it. You want to get to this spot right up here. This is where you'll start and have your Mystic Might on, and then start attacking. Okay, we're on a red phase here. You attack him once from here, go over here and attack him twice, and then jump back over to your original spot, hit him again, and then go behind the pillar. His blue phase is about to start. As you can tell, it's either going to be phase 3 or 4. If you're behind the pillars, he cannot attack you. Okay, let's see here. It looks like we are on phase 3 here, as he is on the right side mound. You want to get into a spot right here, as you can tell on the Zulrah map, and start attacking him from right here. His next phase is going to be blue on the outer side of the mound, so you want to hide yourself from in the line of sight of that pyramid right there, or that pillar. Once he starts spitting out white, that's the snakes. So you can start attacking him then. He won't attack you back. Next will be melee phase in the middle, so we're perfect where we are because he cannot hit you where the pillars are. After this will be his green phase, his range phase. You want to put protection once you see these clouds disappear, and get about halfway in the map and attack him from here. Usually you can attack him about 4 times before he goes back down. His next phase will be blue phase right here, so you want to go early. There we go, we're protected. We can eat up. He started spitting out snakes, so you know you can attack him from right here. Next will be Jad phase. Anything on the right-hand side of the mound, every time he does Jad phase, will always start with range prey first, then to magic, and then back. If you notice how he bows his head, that's whenever he locks into his next attack. That's when you want to change your prayer. Every time he bows his head. Okay, we survived that Jad phase, and we're going on next to his melee phase here. On this side, on the right-hand side of the mound, you only want to attack him once. Notice how he shifts and looks at you? That's when you know he's locked in his attack. Then you move back to your original spot. Next, we'll be going back into his first phase, which is the range phase. You want to protect from range here. Now it's back into his melee phase. And he's dead. If there's any a time that you find that you have not gotten Zulrah down very much, and you need a reset, this is the very first stage, you can work your way around killing Zulrah at the same time as you're hitting her to kind of reset, put yourself back at 1 here. See, we're back at the melee phase, so we'll attack him just like regular. There we go. Okay, we managed to get the second phase here. This is the range phase. It's the only phase where you actually have to pray first. Um, he'll start to attack you, and after a while he'll start spitting out snakes, so you don't have to put your overhead prayer on. Then you want to move over because his third zone here is melee. You want to get next to the pillar, as next to the pillar you're safe versus this. As you can see, you're safe from the smoke, and his next spawn will be turquoise, which is all the way across. So we're perfectly fine where we are. We're line of sight of the turquoise. So once he pops back up, you can go ahead and eat, fill up anything you need. Next will be his range phase outside of the mound. You want to transition yourself over to the other side. As you can see right here, the next one will be turquoise phase on the other side. So you're safe right here. You can turn off your overhead. Turquoise phase comes up. Does not bother you at all. Next phase right here. Zulrah actually does not attack you. Just sends out smoke and snakes. So you don't even have to put your overhead prayer on. The next one will be his range phase outside of the right of the mound. This one you will have to use prayer on. So go ahead and put your prayer on. After this, you can see it'll be a blue phase. It tells you to stand right on this side of the pillar so that turquoise phase cannot see you, just as so. You can turn your overhead prayer off. Once he starts to look and start to spit out smoke, you can then run over to the other side. This is where you'll need to be for the Jad phase coming up. Since it is on the left-hand side of the mound, it is magic first. Every time he bows his head. There we go. That's a kill. Got some raw sharks. On to the next phase. Okay, this is the blue phase. You want to let him attack 2 times, then run over here with your mage prey on. It's better to tank the fog than it is to tank him. After that phase is over with, you heal up a little bit. There will be a phase where he's in the middle here in his green phase, so you want to protect from range and then get on the other side of the pillar while attacking. Try not to miss too many attacks. As you can see, he stops attacking, so you can turn off your overhead prayer. Then you'll be fully protected from line of sight from his other blue phase. Next phase will be his melee phase here in the middle. You're perfect where you are. Blue phase is the hardest phase, as you will have to tank blue phase in one of these, as fog will be surrounded by the map, and you'll just have to tank him. Next up will be his range phase right outside the left side mound here. Put on your protect prayer here. After this will be his range phase again, outside middle here, and after the fog goes away, we'll be able to transition over there to tank the blue phase. This is the hardest part of the fight. There we go. And we should get to about this spot and start attacking this. Make sure that you are full HP, and you'll want to have Mage Protect on for this. Switch our Mage Pray, and we pray. After this phase, as you can tell, he thankfully did not hit me very hard. He'll spit out some snakes, and it'll be range phase again. You're perfect where you are. You can take it right here. Just put on your overhead. After this will be another blue phase. It'll be in the middle this time. You can hide behind the pillar. Turn off your overhead. And he'll look at you and try to attack. After he's done attacking, he'll look away. That's when you know it's time to transition to this spot right here. You can attack him from here. And as it's on the left-hand side here of the mound, it's going to be magic first. Every time he bows his head, switch your prayer. You can even do it looking out of the corner of your eye. That's how I do it. Left side, always magic first. Right side, always range first. He won't attack you after this phase, so you have freedom to attack him. Then we'll transition back into the original first green range phase. And by then he should be dead. And if he's not, then you're already transitioning to the spot where you need to be in order to continue on to any phase that comes up after that. Okay, we got fourth phase coming in here. So what you want is just like the exact same as the third one, except this time he's on the outside here. You're going to get protected. As you can tell, you can turn off your overhead prayer. He will spit venom right here. The only difference here is that he spawns melee in the middle here, so you're perfectly fine where you are. Let's go ahead and attack him. And now what you want to do is watch for the smoke to clear. Right click over here for walk here option, and then click that as soon as you see those start to disappear. You should make it in time to block any oncoming attacks from Zulrah right there. Next will be his green phase. You're perfect right where you are. You can attack him from there. Next will be his blue phase. This time you want to just take a couple step back so you're line of sight with him. As he's in attack mode right now looking at you. Once he looks away, you know to go ahead and transition over there for Jad phase. Since we are on the right hand side, it will be range. Just gotta watch that head bob down. It's a perfect strategy. Okay, then after this we'll transition. It's just like the other third phase. He'll go into his melee where you have to attack him one time before he turns to look at you. So that's once. Get in this position. Attack once. He looks at you. Run back down. Attack him again. Then he'll transition back into the very first stage where you can attack him in his range. And see how he's damaged all the way. Since I know I'll probably kill him, I won't transition back to the original spot. I have belief that I'll actually kill him here. And there we go, we did. Now, just some closing statements on this Zulrah guide. Yes, there are quicker ways to do Zulrah, but they're also riskier. They usually make you fight Turquoise Phase, which, if you don't know already, Turquoise Phase is completely random whether it will use Mage or range, and it can combo you out extremely fast. If you don't have high-end gear, then you will die very, very consistently. This way is to minimize the threat, make it the safest and laziest way to do Zulrah. I actually watch something while I play and do this. You just kind of get into a rhythm. Another couple of things, as I pointed out, on the first two phases, Phase 1 and Phase 2, you can tell on the map here that I redid that the first and second phase are magic, then range on the Jad phase, and then it continues that cycle. On the third and fourth phase, which they are both melee phases, it will be on the right hand side of the mound. It always goes range and mage, range and then mage, and that is always consistent. It will never change unless they update Zulrah. Hopefully they do not, because this is extremely easy, and I hope you have a have a good time and make some GPs.